guys? What's going on? It's Love and Light Jason here. I'm sorry about the videos being done in the car, but there's really, you know, no other place for me to go. I'm going to be surrounded by someone or something here at the truck stop. Whatever. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And I'm going to talk today about something that I should have talked about a long time ago, but it was the second time this individual during my live has asked me to do a video on this. And I think it's an excellent topic to do because it affects every single one of you. And it has affected me in my life. And I just recently found out that it is still affecting me because it's highly important. So what are we talking about, Jason? Today we're talking about you being limitless. You are an eternal being, a multidimensional being, living multiple lives across multiple universes right now. You are limitless, right? You are bound by nothing. Now, when we come into a 3D world of bodies, we become extremely limited, and the soul, believe it or not, does not like it. Excuse me, I'm starting to itch. We don't like it. We don't like being bound. All right? So what I'm really going to refer to today is about relationships, about compromise, about being limitless. All right? And why almost 90% of relationships, including marriages, fail. All right? So what are we talking about here, Jason? Being limitless. Well, we're a soul, right? But remember, we're here for a pinprick of what you would call time, because it doesn't exist, right? So when we come here, what is one of the things that we're searching for? We're here to find ourselves. That's it. Nothing more. What we set up here is a barbaric, horrific, slave-induced nightmare that we all are a part of, that we all created, because this is how we see ourselves eternally at home, right? And it's projected out through the eyes, because the body is a projector. It's nothing more. It's small. It's meaningless, really. All right? But what we're all searching for, including me back in the day, was peace, love. We yearn to be loved, don't we? We search for it constantly. We're constantly searching for a mate that we want to be with, not just to mate as in a sexual, but we'll get into that in a little bit, because that dives into what God gave us, our sexual identity, right? Which has also been limited horrifically by what we set up and by the church. So what you don't realize, where it begins to fail instantaneously, guys, is that you don't love yourself. You're projecting love outwards, right? You're looking for love in all the wrong places. You are that love. So anytime somebody says, why can't I find a good partner? Why can't someone just love me? The non-physical is going, you're that love. You're God. You are that love. You are that undenying, unlimited, boundless, limitless love. And yet you keep searching for it in an outward projection, because that's what you see in the world. But that's not where it begins. You must love yourself unconditionally when you look in the mirror. And the best time to do it, guys, ladies, guys, I'm talking to the bodies, not the mind. Well, the mind too. But when you get out of the shower and you just stand there and look at yourself, realize how perfect, how boundless, how limitless, and how beautiful you are in every area. You are sinless and you are perfect. You have done nothing wrong except come here to evolve as a soul, to find yourself, to find out who you are. So that love begins with you. If you don't love yourself, I promise you this, and many of you will understand this when you watch or find this video, because this video is timeless, that when you go out searching outwards for that love, it will fail epically. it will end up in disaster, pain, and suffering because you don't love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, how can you go out and try and find that special relationship, that special love, that love connection? It will never happen. So let's get into it, right? Another epic fail. You find some body, the body of the opposite sex very attractive, right? So you start up a conversation. Hey, how are you? What are you doing? What do you like, right? Then you enter into what you think is going to be the special relationship, which is already doomed because you don't love yourself. Now, let's throw another monkey wrench into it, right? 1 or 2 days you date, now you're having sex. That was wrong, right? And if you guys remember when I talked to you about my twin flame when we met, even though we were married and did absolutely nothing wrong in our Father's eyes, right? I did not touch her intimately, meaning the kill zones. I didn't touch her boobs, her crotch, or her butt. Barely hugged her for a year, guys. A year of dating, okay? Figuring out, are we compatible? And what we found out was, without question, a doubt. And then I got the question from her, are you gay? I'm like, no. And she's like, phew, I have never in my life had this much trouble getting a man. I said, well, who said you didn't have me? You told me, and in the beginning, don't touch the kill zones. And if you watch that video, right, when I went to kiss her, she turned her head. But I found out later, because she lacked communication skills at that time, was that she was intimidated, right? She got scared. So she was like, but she crawled into my lap that night and I held her and all those good things, right? But a year later, she asked me, are you gay? Like, no, right? So, but in that time, guys, we fell in love for all the right reasons. Sex did not get involved in any way, shape, or form. Now, that's not to say that we didn't masturbate to each other on our own time, which was absolutely the case. And in that case, I found out I still had to forgive that illusion because she's not really mine yet, right? So those fantasies, even though sexual and are okay, had to be forgiven. All right? But in that time that we were dating, we fell in love for all the right reasons. There was nothing stopping us. We did not throw the monkey wrench of sex in there. But in that time, did we have our peaks and valleys? Absolutely. But we were figuring each other out, right? Why, Jason, why are you so quiet? Why are you so reserved? Why this? Why that? And as you begin to talk, as you begin to merge your energies, right? Your vibration, we knew something was up because she would always say, do you know we're so interconnected, right? And we try to pull away and it was almost impossible. And when we did pull away for any length of time, it was excruciating to be away from each other. Now, both of us are married and have no desire for the spouses that we were with. Now, are we doing anything wrong in Father's eyes? Absolutely not. Without question, no. And I found that out during my own death. All right? So, in that time, what did we not do to each other? All right? We did not put any limitations on one another. None. She was free to go do what she wanted anytime she wanted. She could go have sex with 14 men. Didn't matter. I didn't care. I put no limitations or restrictions on her. I didn't say, or she didn't say, well, Jason, we can't have anal sex. You can't come on my face. You can't do this. You can't do that. There was none of that, guys, right? There were no limitations or restrictions that we put on each other that would bind us, right? So when you all get into a relationship, what do? Well, I'm not going to cook dinner for you on this day, and this day. I'm not doing this. I'm not having anal sex. We're not going out here. I don't really care for your family, so we're not going to go, right? I'm not a holiday person and this, that, or the other thing. And then what do you keep doing? you keep crunching and crunching and crunching and crunching and crunching and crunching until what happens? Then you quit having sex, right? Because now you are no longer interested. Now, when I'm describing those situations, they may have taken a course over a year or 5 years, 10 years, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. But those limitations and those restrictions, we don't dig as a soul. We are boundless and we are limitless with who we are, and we will not put up with it. That is why your relationships fail. All right? Because now you threw the monkey wrench in right away when you started having sex on the third date. You don't even know each other yet. You have no idea whether you're going to merge with each other, but you're so scared, you're terrified of being alone, when that's where you truly need to be, right? Everybody says, Jason, how are you managing this? How did you do this? I am so comfortable within my own self being alone, especially 2,000 miles away from any kind of family member. I am not scared in any way, shape, or form. I am perfect. I am beautiful. And I love that I am here on my own. I am comfortable in my own shoes. I love myself. I come first. And if you remember what I told you guys in the beginning, when you came here, right? It's okay to be in a relationship. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a form of love, but it's not a form of self-love. You're projecting outwards again, right? Because you're looking for love in all the wrong places. So you put those restrictions on and you become irritated, pissed off, right? And you begin to resent that being that you're with, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or a husband or a wife. It doesn't matter. You become resentful of those limitations that have been placed on you, because again, we are limitless. We are eternal. We have free will, not just in this imaginary 3D world, guys. When we go home, right, when we wake up, we have free will. We go where we want, do what we want, whenever we want. Nothing. And now you're connected to Father and Source and oneness at all times there, and there's nothing but love, but we are still limitless and boundless. There are no restrictions placed on us, ever, from our Father. Okay? So now when we're here, we get caught up in the me, right? And that's okay, because if you remember what I told you before, guys, you come first. Okay? You didn't come here to worry about children. You didn't come here to worry about a spouse. You didn't come here to worry about mom and dad. You came here to evolve as a multidimensional being, as a soul, to grow, to help Father experience all that is, that already knows everything, right? So you came here to work on you. You come first in everything. In every aspect of what you are experiencing here, you come first. There is no compromise and there is no limitations. All right? And part of why my twin flame and I work so well is we have never, ever placed limitations on ourselves. As a matter of fact, she said, Jason, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. Same goes for her. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. Nothing. And if she needed to go out and this, that, and the other thing, I place nothing on her. She can go have sex with who she wants, talk to who she wants, text who she wants, get a job doing what she wants. I don't care. I'm not here for her. I'm here for me. But yet, the twin flame connection is literally the other half of my own consciousness. That's the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate, which I don't want to get into now. I could get into it further, but it's literally like when you have an identical twin here, right? They look exactly like each other. That is what a twin flame is. And they're an identical twin's connection to each other, whether male or female, doesn't matter. It's intense. When the other one is gone, it's crushing for them, right? It's the same thing with a twin flame. It's because you're yearning for your own self. You found your complete whole self. She just happens to be what I project her out there to be as my divine feminine. Okay? And I find her energy intoxicating. It's drug-inducing almost. All right? It is boundless and it is limitless in my love. All right? I will still, in that relationship, put myself first. I will love her. I will give her anything and everything she wants without question. Same thing goes for her with me. But I don't put restrictions on her, and she never put restrictions on me. The only thing she ever asked of me was to give me all of myself. Back then, it was very hard, all right? I didn't have my near-death experience, and, well, I was bound up thinking all the wrong things, put it simply. So it was very hard for me to give her all of me. And now what she was asking was very simple and very worth every ounce of me giving myself to her, right? But what were we feeling? Guilt. Why? What did the Catholic Church place on us? Oh, we are having an affair. What did society put on us? Oh, you're having an affair. You filthy, rotten piece of shit. How dare you do that? Right? When Father's going, yay, yay, right? Because she's my exact mirror. Exact mirror. Now, we're all mirrors of one each other, but she is my exact mirror. So when I'm looking at her, I am truly looking at myself. And when I fell in love with her, it wasn't for her body. It wasn't for her tits, her crotch, her butt, right? I didn't know it at the time, but I was intoxicated with the energy, her vibration. It matched mine to a T. And it was almost drug-inducing, like I said, right? And we never placed limits on us. And that is why our sexual intimacy was beyond anything, because there wasn't anything that I wouldn't do for her or her for me. When we were out, there was no compromise. You are not to compromise in any part of your relationship, ever, ever. That means you are becoming small, right? Because now you're doing without. Same thing with that person. You are not to compromise yourself in any way. That not only goes into the relationship that I'm asking, but I'm talking in your work life, in your professional life, in your hobbies. You are not to compromise, because compromising makes you little. Littleness is not acceptable. We are eternal beings, bound by nothing. So do you understand the magnitude of how big we are? So to become little is basically against Father's wish, right? We are not little in any way. So to bind ourselves in a compromising relationship and to make ourselves small is wrong. I don't like using wrong. It's going to end in failure. And it does, doesn't it? Because as time goes on, each day, each hour, each minute, each second, you become more and more resentful of that person that you said you loved forever, right? Now you look at her and she makes you sick to even look at her. Then what happens? You have no desire to be sexually intimate with her in any way, shape, or form. Then what happens? Now you've denied your own sexual energy, right? Now her sexual energy is denied. So now what happens, right? Now, you know, the only way for us to not even exist is for Father to uncreate us. And his love for us is beyond anything you could ever possibly imagine. That will never happen. So to all scientists listening out there, doctors, whatever, how can energy be destroyed? You can't, right? Energy cannot be destroyed. That's why when people have a near-death experience or die, what do? They simply transition into another form, like I did, right? How can I tell you about this beautiful experience when my body's laying dead on this stupid bed in the hospital room while the non-physical is keeping it alive, right? I'm not in it, the body's dead. Not in it, but around it, right? We're attached to it. There's nothing inside this thing. So now, what's going to happen? Now she's going to come at you because you quit touching her, you quit kissing her, you quit being intimate with her. She's going to come up to you in a rage. Who are you fucking? Who? Right? And now maybe he's now poured himself into work. He's working 60, 70, maybe 80 hours a week and is gone all the time. Now what goes on? Right? In the imaginary mind. She's starting to freak out. Who are you fucking? Who are you having sex with? Because it sure the fuck ain't me. Right? Here comes the restrictions and the limitations that have been placed on you. What's going to happen? It's failing miserably, right? Now, it might even escalate into physical violence with one another. Now, you see it every day. Now, now the finger points go. Well, guess what? It's both your faults. Because one, you didn't take the time in the beginning to date this person. Like I told you that I dated my twin flame for a year without any sexual activity, touching, fondling, petting, whatever you want to call it. It was not there. Okay? And that was for a reason. I don't know where it came from or why. I mean, I do, but the whole kiss thing. And I said, well, if that's, you want to deny me a kiss when you're showing me all the signs, well then, you're going to get what you ask for. And I didn't touch her for a year. Hence, are you gay? But it all boils down to, guys, if you would have dated in the beginning, right? If you would have taken your time to get to know each other intimately, sexually, whatever it is in the physical world that you want, you would have known 5 months into it, it's never going to work, right? And you'll cut it off. Hey, you know what? Whatever. And then you move on. It's what you should have done. But you didn't. Why? Because you're all so desperate for love. You don't want to be alone. You can't stand to be alone. It drives you nuts. When in fact, that's exactly where you need to go. When I tell you guys, you need to go within, right? How can Jason do this? Just pack up and leave, have no fear, nothing, sitting here and living in this vehicle that you see behind me at a truck stop without 1 ounce of fear. I'm comfortable with myself, guys. I love myself. I come first. I will always come first. Not my children, not a spouse, not God, me. I will come first. Now, does that mean I'm egotistical and nasty? No, it means I am a high empathetic person. All right. I feel your pain. I feel it. I can walk into a room and I can know who's mad, who's angry, who's happy. I can feel the energy instantly. And I can change the energy of a room. Like the other day, I walked in here to get a cheeseburger. All right. I was craving a cheeseburger, protein. I walked in and this lady was standing at the counter. She turned around and looked at me and was like, anytime I moved, it's her whole face. She didn't like my energy. I was so far above her that it was an instant, I fucking hate you. I hate you. She locked eyes with me, but wouldn't let it go and just gave me the most disgusting, evil face possible. Now, I know what was going on. I forgave her. I love her. She's sinless, right? My energy was too much for her. Way too much. Way too much. And she didn't like it at all. And that was the mirror effect that I'm talking about, right, guys? She was looking at her own self and she found the blackness within her, and she didn't like it. Get the out of my face, goddamn flies. Sorry. And she didn't like it. So I mirrored back all her hate, her judgment, everything. Her fear. She didn't like it. But she projected it outwards, right, onto me as hating me. That's what you're doing in your relationships. When you begin to compromise, when you begin to make yourself little. And you're not, let me repeat this, you are not to do that in any way. All right? You are to love yourself. unconditionally. Every aspect of you was created perfect by Father. You are the spitting image of your Father in every way, but it's you in your mind that think you're little and will continue to make it little. So when you get up and look at the world, remember, you created it. What you're seeing is your creation. The emotions you're feeling at that moment were what you wanted to experience, right? And the world that you see is what you asked Father for in your contract. And guess what? You got it. He gave it to you. Now you're experiencing it. He'll tell you what's going wrong in your relationship, which is what I'm telling you. He's the me. He can see it. He's like the divorce, when you go for marriage counseling and, he ain't taking sides, but he's going to tell you what's wrong. I'm telling you why your relationships are failing. It starts with you. And until you can learn to love yourself, unconditionally, put yourself before your children, before your parents, before your partner, before God. Because you are God, so you're not really doing that, but in all practical purposes, you come first. I have told you this from day one. You came here to find who you are in the moment of now. So when you start searching for yourself, for that special relationship in love, it is going to fail because you have not loved yourself. That's why. Then you project yourself onto this partner that you say you love. Remember, these are not eyes. The only thing these are going to see are other bodies, because this is a world of bodies, nothing more. So all you are going to see are bodies. Now you're projecting your fear, your anger onto this person and limiting in them by telling you, I'm not having oral sex, I'm not cooking for you, you're going to have this kind of income or I'm not going to be with you, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, right? And then the resentment begins. You begin to compromise, make arrangements for, what you truly want, when in that moment your intuition kicked off and said, no. But what did you do? Did you listen to Father? Did you listen to your guides when that intuition was ringing that bell? Bing, 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 bing. Nope. What did you do? You entered into that relationship knowing damn well it's going to fail. Why? Because you're scared of what? Being alone. But you're never alone. If you watch my first video on my near-death experience, I titled it, You're Never Alone. You're surrounded by love. You are Father. Jesus is with you. The Holy Spirit is with you. They will not enter your life until you ask them, because you have free will. So until you ask them for help, tell them you love them and you want them in your life, they will sit there on the sidelines and watch you stumble and fall, break your face, skin your knees, knock your teeth out, knowing full well you're just battling yourself. Right? Because everybody on this planet is you. We're of one mind and one mind only. I and the Father are one, which means there's only one. And that is why your relationships fail, guys. It is that simple as that easy. And it begins with you. And until you can understand who you are and love who you are, when you're standing there butt naked out of the shower and looking at how beautiful and pure and sinless you are, and love yourself unconditionally in that moment, every relationship that you seek will fail. And 90% of you will throw in alcohol or smoke cigarettes, right? I refuse, and I'm telling you this now. I will not date a woman that drinks, and I will not date a woman that smokes. End of subject. And I know this is going to sound weird to you. My third thing, I will not date a woman who shaves. And I'm talking legs, armpits, and crotch. You shave any one of those three, I'm not interested. That means you can't even love yourself. You put body hair on your body when you created it. If you're that uncomfortable in your own skin, don't come near me. Now, Jason, that's harsh. No, that's who I am. I will not compromise ever for anybody. So now when the twin flame and I come back and we discuss these things, I can almost guarantee you she will take that razor and chuck it in the garbage. Say, okay, I am this. You're right, I am beautiful, right? I will not compromise in any way, shape, or form in any part of my life right now. And I think you guys know that. You understand that I am the non-bullshit channel. I will not bullshit you. I will not hide anything from you, because in my aspect, that's deceit. And that is deceiving, right? Is to put something out there, but then have them go the wrong way. I'm trying to lead you guys to right to the source of the water so you can drink. I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink, right? I can give you guys the information. I can tell you what you need to do, but if you guys don't want to do it, there's nothing that I can do. And I will love you unconditionally. I have told you all of this before. I love you no differently than my children. None. For you are my children. My children are you. I love you beyond anything. I do not see you as a body anymore, like a physical body. I see you as sinless and beautiful and perfect, because that is exactly what you are. It is only in your own mind at home, not this, that you think you are little and small. And I'm here to tell you, you are beyond anything. You have the power to make the sun and the stars bow to your will. You are enormous. You are massive. You are powerful. But in that massiveness and power, you are nothing but love. Created out of love that you have no idea that exists. None. I don't care if you have children or not. You have no idea what love is. None. Until you can experience who you truly are. Till you're truly held by Father and welcomed home, no matter what you think you have done. Because he will simply say, as he did me, Jason, you're being too hard on yourself. You're evolving. Right? So when I told you I felt guilty in my near-death experience, guilt is a absolute slap in the face to your Father. It is a punch. It is a double fucking bird. Fuck you. You are to feel guilty about nothing. Nothing, because nothing here is real. It is only a projection of your mind at the moment, right? So when you, well, Jason, Hitler is evil. No, Hitler was not evil. Hitler was in the process of figuring out who he was. What was really disgusting about that situation is that he got a whole goddamn country to follow him. That's disturbing. But in that same aspect, nobody did anything wrong. World War II is still being fought right now. The Battle of Syracuse being fought right now, but I'm not getting into that. What I'm trying to say is how massive and powerful and beautiful you are. And I want you to understand that when you see this video, all right? So to all of my followers, they'll see it right away. To all those who this pops up when they needed it the most, it's there for a reason. There are no there are no circumstances. There are no, what do you want to call it? I can't even think of it right now. It happens for a reason, all right? That's absolutely correct. There are no coincidences. There we go, Jason. Brain fart this morning, right? So get over it. But that is why your relationships fail. So if you're in a relationship and you're watching this and it's not working, sit down with him or her, talk. And if you're getting nowhere, then it's simply time for you to stand up and say, we're done. Well, what about the kids? They'll be fine. They're God too. They came here to work on themselves, not us. They'll be fine. Love your children. Be a part of their lives. Be immersed in them. Teach them. Show them that their sexual energy is beautiful and perfect. Don't let them feel ashamed of their bodies. Teach them the right things. And to all of those prospective parents out there that are watching this or whatever, do not send your children to school. Do not send your children to school. Do not start the indoctrination of hate that early in age. We should not be sending our children to school a minimum from age 7 to 10. They are in their godlike abilities in that moment. And many of you have seen that with children talking to their special friend. Like I had the grabber ghost, right? They're all having relationships with angels. They're playing with them, right? They're in their godlike ability. So when you see them playing with a toy, They're in their mind, right? They're creating the future. They're creating their life. Leave them to that, okay? Do not limit your children is what I'm saying. Do not crush them with religion. Do not crush them by sending them to school and them being forced to comply when they're scared or frightened. What happens? They're forced to shut up. They get beat up, slapped around, and told to comply. You all went through it. So did I in the 70s, right? Same thing in high school. Same thing with work. You're molded into what you are not created to be, and it builds resentment. Now what do you see in the world? The ego in full control, in full hatred, in full rebellion. It's all our fault. We have to fix this, guys. And this is the beginning of it, that who you see this is, okay? Don't be afraid to break the mold. Don't be afraid to be that fucking outlier, to say, nope, I'm not sending my kids to school. All of us are going to walk around naked in the house. I'm not stopping having sex because you guys walk into the room. It's natural. It's beautiful. It was given to you by Father as a way to reach home, right? One of the two things we talked about, right? Your guidance system and your sexual energy. Okay? Break the mold, guys. And if you're in a relationship, leave it. If you're unhappy in your workplace, leave it. Do what I did. I packed up and I threw my whole life into the dumpster. There's some things sitting in a pod in Arizona that I'll have to get here in California. I felt no remorse in any of it. 63-inch plasma TV that I hadn't turned on in 4 years, that got tossed out. Everything got tossed out. What I needed got sent in here, into the Jeep, blankets and a little bit of clothes. That's it. Sorry about the motorcycle that went by. It's getting real hot here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and it's getting smoking hot already. So I didn't want to get this too long, but be the mold breakers, guys, okay? Do not send your children to school. Be open with who you are sexually. Do not cover your bodies. Remember when I talked about highly advanced beings and Jesus and all that? They want to know, and Father's number one gripe, other than us hating on each other, why are we wearing clothes? It's a restriction. It's a limitation. You are embarrassed about your body that you created. There's nothing sick. There's nothing gross about it. It's your creation. Who created it? You. Out of Father. Why are you wearing clothes? Well, right now, I don't feel like going to jail or prison. So I'm forced to do it. But when you're in your own home, and when you wake up in the morning, Dad, and you got an erection and you're walking through the house and your daughter's 12, right? After a while, it's going to be so, who cares that, hey, how about that? Okay? Limitations. They crush us in every way. And who's the number one violator other than mom and dad and the society we built is the church. What language do I know? The Catholic Church. What do they say about masturbation? It's a violent sin, right? And you'll be lucky if God chooses you in the rapture. Well, there's going to be no rapture, but there will be a second coming of Christ, which I'll talk about at some other point in time. But they say it's a sin, but yet they're out humping little boys. Why? Because they know there's nothing wrong with it. Sorry I'm yelling, but I'm passionate. And when I'm passionate, I'm back in my game. Yes, the awakening is still going and my death of the ego, and now I'm here. I'm passionate. I am going to be in your face. I'm going to be talking more and more and more. I'm doing the lives, right? So quit covering up. People come into your house and you're naked, so what? They don't like it, they can leave. I would have no problems walking in if you walk in and you're naked. Who cares, right? When you masturbate, is it gross? No, but you go run and hide like it's some filthy, disgusting thing that you're doing, but yet it's the most wonderful and beautiful experience you've had. But yet you're hiding in the darkness of your own mind because you're afraid of what? What society is going to think, that it's gross, but yet every single one of us do, right? Own it, guys. Step out of that mold, break it, shatter it. Do not compromise. Do not limit yourself. And above all, while I end this now, love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally, and look at yourself when you get out of that shower and realize how beautiful you are, how perfect you are. Father created you out of absolute perfection, and that is exactly what you are. Perfection. You are bound by nothing. You are limitless. You are eternal. You are a multidimensional being living multiple lives across multiple dimensions, across multiple different realities right now. Does that sound tiny to you in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't to me. It sounds pretty massive, because that's who you are. You're a massive bundle of love. A massive bundle of love. Don't sell yourselves short. Be you. Be uncompromising. Be self-centered. But in that self-centeredness, guys, fill it with love and forgiveness. Love is the only thing that is real here. It is boundless and it is limitless in what it is, just like you are. I love you guys. And again, for all of you who have supported me. I've lost a few viewers. I really don't care if I have one viewer or I have 100,000. I don't care. If I've affected and changed one person's life, I have done what I came here to do. I love this. As you can see, I'm passionate. My passion has returned, even though I'm sitting in a vehicle and it's uncomfortably hot. I am perfect. I am right where I need to be. And I'm just in between. I walked through the door, it's shut. The other one's not ready yet. Now I'm just waiting and relaxing. To all of you who have donated money to me, I am beyond blessed. You are keeping me afloat. And I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form to be anything than what it is. I am beyond grateful for it. And for those that want to continue to help me in this transitional period, I have tried to find jobs. I've probably in the last month applied to 40, 50 jobs. Every single one of them has been a zero, denied. Even in the field that I worked for over 20 years, around 20 years, nothing. And there is a reason for it. I'm not meant to. That part of this, Jason, that this body is dead, right? That door closed. I can never go back into it. I have risen in vibration. I have risen in energy, and what is coming towards me is what I have told you, been feeling for a long time, is massive abundance, wealth, success, my home, my reunion with my twin flame. I asked Father for a sign, 2 signs showing me things she loved, right? One was a YouTube thing. Said your twin flame, and I felt it. It's the same thing with the angel numbers that I keep getting shown. It's there. And last night, what showed up but her favorite muscle car parked right next to me, a 1965 Corvette. She has a 1963 split window Corvette. That is all about her. It's coming, guys. I have to be patient. I have to have faith and believe. Even though I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, watching the world go by in their little make-believe minds like a little flea circus, I am sitting here in full faith that not only am I protected, that I am right where I need to be. And that is why there is no fear. But as I told you, I had to, one more thing before I go, is conquer love. And every time I told you, I think I said this in my live on Friday, is that, Jason, you need to be in a relationship. You should be with a partner. And I'm like, you know, women wouldn't know how to communicate. Women wouldn't know how to have sex or fuck if the goddamn instructions fell on their face and started to wiggle. And what is that, guys? What is that? Sorry about that, guys. What is that? That's fear, isn't it? That's not love. That is absolute 100% fear. Sorry about that. That was really loud. And I realized that I had not conquered love, even though I have come 98%. And that is when I said, I surrender. I am ready for love. I am ready to love and to be loved, Father. I am ready for my twin flame to come back. And 2 days later, a car shows up, her favorite car, and all the other little signs. It's happening. It's moving towards me. What they're doing in the non-physical is creating it, right? Because when you surrender and you tell the non-physical that I don't want this shit anymore, you have to do it the right way. And I can talk about it again on Friday, but you have to do it the right way. And that is what they're doing. They are creating it. Now they're asking me, hey, we'll take care of you. Everything's going to happen. And we're good. And that's where I'm at, guys. So again, to all of you who have donated, sending super thanks, I am beyond grateful. Thank you. But I would encourage you, and I just found this out the hard way, because somebody sent me quite a bit of money on super thanks. I only got half of it. YouTube takes the other half. Okay. For what? I have no clue. But to me, that's absolutely stealing. That is that person's money that is designated for that person. So if you want to donate to me, guys, through my Venmo account, through my PayPal account or Cash App account, it's in the description down there. And if you don't find it, message me at loveandlightjason@gmail.com and we'll get it set up. To all of you that continue to support me and love me through my videos and watch hours and reaching out to me in my lives, I'm beyond blessed. Thank you. I hope this video helped you guys. It's been a long time coming, but it's very important that you understand where you need to start and why your relationships are doomed, why they will fail, and they will always fail. All right? I love you very much. It's a blessed, warm Sunday here in Sacramento, California. It's about 10:42, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you Friday night. I love you guys. Bye.